Good evening, brothers and sisters, colleagues, friends, comrades. It's very difficult to speak last after I've experienced all the emotions and all the celebrations and all the testimonies of everyone. But I've got a few cards which I'm not sure I'm going to talk through, because maybe I should just speak from the heart. So I really don't want to pour water on your excitement. But listening to all of you tonight, and please respect what I'm saying, and there's a message in here, is that I felt like the last day, the last evening of my final module when I did an executive MBA at UCT. We were so high, we thought we can conquer everything. And we believed that we can conquer everything. Now, why do I go there? The reason why I'm going there is to say to you, you will find your obstacles. And Twapewa is the first one to say to you, you will find your obstacles, but you need to be resilient. Okay? Enjoy tonight, do whatever you have to do, go back to your businesses. I'm extremely impressed with what I've heard tonight and the talent that I've seen. People believe that if they start a business, the single most important critical success factor is access to money. It is actually not. And I'll tell you why it is not. Okay? I know of people that have lost their entire pension on investing in something and starting a business that they know nothing about. And knowledge, and I want to go to the Old Testament, my people shall perish as a result of a lack of knowledge. So it is important, and this is the whole argument that I was making in my dissertation, and the topic of it, and this is 2007, entrepreneurial development of small and medium-sized enterprises as a means to increase access to finance through commercial banks, a Namibian perspective. And the emphasis was on entrepreneurial development, because if you have the skill, if you have the business acumen, if you have the passion, if you have the integrity, if you have access to markets, the finance will come. Actually, people will call you. If you have a good idea and you know how to execute the idea, the money will actually come. And that was the whole argument. What was striking this evening is this whole notion, and it's a powerful notion, of complaint. People, if you find people complaining, there's an opportunity. And Twapewa will know that I'm a keen cyclist. So I walked into the cycle shop a couple of months ago, and I asked Chippy, how was your day? He said, oh, it was tough. I'm tired. I said, Chippy, here's my bike. I can't fix my bike. I don't have the skills to fix my bike. You are going to solve my problem. That means if you're solving my problem, you can charge for it. And this is the whole thing about 4 ways of growing your business. It's about increasing the number of customers. It's about getting customers to buy more. It's about increasing the average value of that sale. But more importantly, you need to keep the systems together, because my senior Davi will tell you that if you don't keep the systems together, things will get haywire. And as trained auditors and accountants, we go quickly to systems. But people think that systems are not important. It is actually important. It keeps everything together. Let me leave a few ideas with you. And like I said, I didn't want to go through my speech. But the first idea I want to leave with you is the velocity of money. Now, why do I talk about the velocity of money? It is at the speed. So let's just go to what is velocity. So velocity is the speed of something or an object in a given direction. So how fast can we go? And economics, they talk about it is the rate at which money changes hands within the economy. And they call it velocity of circulation. So why do I go there? In economics, if you want to increase the velocity of money, you really need to do two things. Your GDP is important, it needs to grow, and the average money that circulates in the country, that gives you the velocity. And what will drive that GDP is that somebody wants something, is in need of something, and somebody needs to supply. So the supply and demand dynamics of goods and services and of capital will determine how fast money moves through the system, and the consequence of that is that the economy grows faster. Now take that into your business and say, how quickly can you get your business going through the application of your skill? Some of you are technicians. Where's my comrade? Swag, I call him Swag. Okay, Frans, you know, how does he take his skill? And this is really where I'm going to the factors of production. How do you take your natural resources of land and water? How do you take capital, machinery, tools, money? How do you take your human resource, your particular skill, God-given skill and talent? And how do you take your entrepreneurship to create velocity in your business so that you can grow and have this legacy that Twapewa was talking about in terms of this far sight? When people stand one day and look at your coffin and say, this is what, you know, Lionel, Twapewa, Swag, Frans has left for us. So factors of production, for me, and the velocity of money goes hand in hand. Entrepreneurship, there's plenty of definitions of entrepreneurship, but it's all, don't fool yourself, it is all about risk taking. So you need to take your hard technical skills, your access to customers, your access to finance, but also the softer things, your passion, your integrity, which are sometimes more important. The way you lead people, the way you deal with your customers, the way you collaborate, because collaboration, you know, in today's world is absolutely important. We're not on an island. So how do you combine the hard aspects of entrepreneurship, the skills and what you have to offer, with the softer side of entrepreneurship? My last thought to you, and it's actually an example, and it drives home the point I want to make. I wrote this dissertation in 2007. Facebook didn't exist, Twitter didn't exist, Instagram didn't exist, and I interviewed an entrepreneur, beautiful young man. He made the most beautiful jewelry. In fact, he worked for a jewelry shop, and I obviously won't mention names, in town. And he went on his own, brave, got the equipment, got the money, got the skill. But you know, Facebook and Twitter and all the social boosting didn't exist. His single biggest challenge was to attract customers. His single biggest challenge was to attract customers. And he was also a type of person, and I have the absolute respect, who is not, like, let me pick on Twapewa because I've known her for so long. He was not an outgoing person, so he couldn't engage with customers. He couldn't get people to help him to sell his beautiful jewelry. And Facebook and these things didn't exist, so he couldn't get people to do a podcast or boost his product on the social platform. And whilst I was in his shop, the bank arrived. And these are the realities I want you to be aware of. The bank arrived, knocked on his door, and they wanted to come and repossess the very same machine that made the most beautiful jewelry. So, and that's why I'm saying to you, I'm emphasizing it's not only about money. Make sure that you solve somebody's problem, because somebody will be willing to buy and pay for you solving that problem. Find that complaint and find that solution and charge for it, because you will have the right to charge for it. Let me close off here by saying to Twapewa, to Gavi, to Christine, and to Natalie, I don't remember the names. It was an absolute honor and privilege and a humbling experience for myself, and I speak on behalf of my wife, to experience this tonight. This was an absolute humbling experience, and I want to wish you all the very best on your journeys. Never give up. Never, never, ever give up. My mother and father couldn't read or write. I was the third youngest of 9 children. My father was a painter. I became a chartered accountant. Let that sink in. And I don't want to talk about myself. What I'm saying to you, you can change your circumstance. I didn't have money to go to university. I had to pay for it myself. Put it through UNISA. I've been married to this beautiful woman for 35 years. And if it wasn't for her support, I don't think I would have made it. But never, never, never give up on your dream. And it won't be easy. But in there lies the beautiful victory when you get to that top, when you get to that mountain. Like Mandela said, you know, in his last words in the Long Walk to Freedom, let's not ponder there, because beyond that beautiful mountain where you are now, there are even bigger mountains to conquer. May God bless you.